Hello, good morning. It is a Monday morning, and I would like to share with you how to relieve tension from your feet, your calves, and your thighs, and most probably how it affects your hips. So, we're going to start with sitting down. If you have just your hands, you can still do this. I have these tools that I have. I have my fascinator roller, I have my Franklin balls, and I have other balls like this. These are soft. These are air-filled balls that can help relieve tension on your feet. So, if you're just using your hands, you can just use with the fist and tap your foot like this, okay? So, if you have a ball, you can use the ball like this to tap it. And it really feels good, okay? Otherwise, I can also use my small ball. This is soft, but yet very firm. I can use this to rub my feet like this. And this is going to be very effective if you are sitting on a chair, or even best when you're standing. Alright, so we can start with the fascinator roller. Alright, this is a hard roller. Okay, so you can start rolling on top of your foot. It feels so good. So if you don't have this, you can use a ball and just roll on top of your toes, the dorsal part of your feet. It feels great actually. So if you are always on your feet, you need to release the tension that you place on your feet, and watch how you distribute your body weight on your feet all the time. Because if you have uneven weight distribution, what happens is that, now I'm going to roll on the sole of my foot with a ball. So, can I use any other ball? Well, for a substitute, some people use tennis balls, some people use golf balls, but mind you, their tennis balls is for tennis and golf balls is for golf. So use a very friendly equipment, because this is kind of soft and it's not going to cause more pain or damage to your body, but it feels so good really. Here, just sitting down, so if you have an elderly who cannot walk anymore, you can help them increase the blood flow on their feet. Yeah, blood flow is very important, especially for aging people who have diabetes. Okay, that's why when a person with diabetes has a one, they need to increase blood flow in their feet. Okay, otherwise it will never heal, and you have a danger of having your feet, when it's infected, to become amputated. We don't want that. So our feet is the foundation of our body, so we should really take care of our feet. Now I'm going to stand up and I'm going to show you some exercises that you can do with a ball on your feet. So I'm going to stand. Here we go. Alright, so I will put my foot on the heel of my foot. There you go. And I'm going to compress and then release. Just compress a little bit. Look at my knee. I can even extend and flex and extend and flex. So I'm working on my knee when I do this. Now, I'm doing this on the side so you can see that I'm compressing the ball and working my way side to side like this. Okay? Now, I face you, so as if I'm wearing high heel shoes with the ball as my heels. I'm going side to side like this, okay? And breathe as you do this. and try to control the movement of the ball, that you don't lose it. Now, what is this doing? This is called inversion, and this is eversion, right? So this is like you're supinating your foot, and you're everting your foot, pronating. So this is very good for your ankle joint. That's why we encourage our participant to walk barefooted on the sandy beach surfaces, because it's very, very good on your feet. Okay? So pressing it side to side will help. Okay? So as you see, when I go this way, these muscles here shorten, these muscles here lengthens, and then when you do the opposite, this shortens and this lengthens. So this will help you situate the feet. Study your feet. When you stand up, where is the weight more? Is it in the lateral side or more on the medial side? So this will help release any tightness in your ankle joint. Okay, now release that. Now we're going to move the ball right in front. So I'm going to go to the side so you can see here. See this? Now my heel is on the floor. And I will do the same thing. I will roll my foot on one side and roll my other on the opposite side. The same foot, just rolling it in and rolling it out. And because my heel is on the floor, I am actually stretching the back of my leg. If I bend my knees, I will feel it more on my soleus. Yeah. And then, if I keep my leg straight, I will feel it on my calves. And also, I will feel it on my inner thigh and outer thigh. So this is great for the whole leg. And as I'm finished with this, I will show you a comparison of this foot. Now from here, I will start from my ball of my foot here, and I'm going to drag the ball forward and then come back. So I'm rolling the ball forward and then back. So I'm rubbing. Since this is a very soft ball, I can tolerate even more pressure. So if you're used to having a very hard ball for your feet, okay, then do so. But for people who are starting just to explore how their feet feels, it's nice to use a soft ball. And press and push away, yeah, and come back, and press, push away, and come back. Last one, and press, push away, and come back. Now, if I will compare my left foot to my right, there. So, if you're doing it with me, you will feel this whole leg toned up, tightened up, including my glute. Okay, so here it's kind of loose. Here it's kind of more toned. The consistency of this leg is more tight. This one is so still asleep. Okay, so it's like a jello. Now I'm going to transfer all my weight on this leg, and I will lift my foot and see how balanced I can get. Can you stay balanced? Let's even check the stability by hopping up. Hop up and land and release. Now check out this other leg, and you will see that it's more wobbly than the other side because this leg is still asleep. You can do the same exercise with a different consistency if you have a different kind of equipment. I have a different kind of ball here, which is more firm, and it gives me a feedback, a very firm feedback on my feet. It's like opening, yeah, it's like opening the bones between my feet. It's giving spaces for my blood to flow in between the bones of my foot. Now, if you would notice here, I will use the fascinator roller because this is solid, hard, okay? And when I roll in, whew, it's like having a reflexology massage. So I will roll my foot into the instep and press all the way to the hind foot and come back. Press and push, whew, and come back. So for me, in comparison to the three, I prefer this one, okay? Because I've been doing rolling my fascial sheets for a long time. I like the pressure of the fascinator roller best. Press and push. So what we're trying to do is we're pushing out all the inflammation that you have in between those joints. So if your feet are quite painful, maybe you would prefer the soft balls first, okay? Our feet is our foundation, therefore we should treat it very well. Not only the major parts of the body, but the feet first. So if you have actually hip pain or knee pain, you should start with your feet first. Yeah, distal ends first before the actual part of the body that is in pain. And press and push and release. Now, I worked on the instep. Now, the second knuckle. See this? This white stuff here? Those are the knuckles. I will roll and follow that bone. Press all the way out and come back. Whew. Press all the way out and come back. So, those of you who are following me who have rollers like this, you can even use a foam roller and see the difference. The foam roller is soft, so it might not give you the same feedback that I am having on the fascinator roller. And then you go to the third knuckle, okay? So what I'm doing is, the goal is to create spaces in between my bones of my feet, okay? So when I create spaces in between my feet, I'm allowing blood flow to come in. So actually, the old blood is being pushed out and the new blood is being allowed to come in and replace the old blood. So you see, now we go to the fourth knuckle here and press and push and relax. You see, we have two kinds of vessels that takes care of our circulatory system and our lymphatic system. The circulatory system is the one that gives the nutrition in our body, the new blood, the oxygenated blood, all right? And then the lymphatic system are the lymph vessels where they pick up the debris, the toxic waste of our body, and they're side by side. So our body is so intelligent that it does that even if we don't know it. So that's great. So now we go to the last knuckle, the pinky toe knuckle, and press and push, and press and push, whoo, and press and push, shoo. And one more time, and press and push, and release and relax. Now I will go on for dorsiflexion and plantar flexion, just like I did with the Franklin ball. Point and dorsi, point and dorsi, point and dorsi. So when I plantar flex, I'm shortening the muscles here. When I dorsiflex, I'm lengthening the muscles here and tightening the muscles in front. And plantar and dorsi. So when you plantar flex, are you supinating? Are you pronating? Alright? Again, and plantar and dorsi, and plantar and dorsi. Bend the knees and slightly go down. As you flex from the knee, ankle, you will feel a very intense stretch at the back of the calves, the legs. So now, let's check out how does that right leg feel? I feel like the whole leg, and I didn't even work on the other parts of my body. Even my glutes are contracting. And now, I feel this leg is very sturdy. Remember, I worked on this leg too. So both legs had been worked on in different pieces of equipment. Now lift up, very sturdy, very balanced. All right, and hop up and land and release and relax. Because we did the rolling on the other side with the ball, I will do the rolling on the instep with the fascinator roller. All right, so I'm going to press and rolling and using the fascinator roller has a very good effect also on your forearm. All right, and it's a double whammy. While I'm releasing my instep in here, I'm also releasing my forearm here and my wrist. Okay, so push and press away. Yeah, press away and release and relax. Now I can also roll the outside of my foot here. Yeah, and now if you still need to work on and release muscles here in the inside of our calf muscle and outside, this one is the more sensitive one. The bone here is the tibia, the other bone here on the lateral end. You see this small little bone here? That is your lateral malleolus. And in between is your space. This is a space where another fascial sheet is covering the two. And when you have pain here, you might have torn the membrane here, the interosseous membrane here. That is called your shin split sometimes. Okay? When you're running the wrong way, incorrectly over time, you wear and tear those membranes and can cause pain here. So I'm going to work on the lateral side of my feet. How many of you run and never warm or cool down? No? Very important. So I'm going to roll on the lateral side of my feet. Whew. Now, if you don't have a roller like this one, you can use the ball and just tap. If you don't have a ball, you have an option of tapping. Tap, tap, tap. Yeah, you can tap. Right? So you see, you just have to work on your body. You have to treat your body daily, every day. Take care of your body. Self-care is number one. Okay? And do you know that when you do this kind of caring for your body, depression relieves you? Yeah. When you're so depressed because you don't have a job, you lost your job, then you have fear. Wow, this aggravates everything. Do you know that fear is the workshop of the devil? So you have to really face your fear and see the reality. What can you do if you don't have a job and you need to pay your bills and all this? You gotta be creative. But instead of becoming depressed, work on your body first so you feel good. And when you feel good, you can think better, you can plan better. Okay? See, you can just use your hands if you don't have these tools. You don't have an excuse. Okay? And how does it feel? That's why, and you can't just order a masseuse from anywhere these days because of COVID, right? So you have to be very wise. Whew, it feels so good. All right. Now, on the other leg, okay? So, I will work on the lateral side first, like that. Ooh, it feels nice, actually. Okay? Feels so good. What does this do? All right. if you are very tight here, you're pronated. Your toes are heavy down, that's pronation. And then you will look at your shoe. If your shoe is bald on the instep, then that's a sign of you're pronated. And then the consequence of that is when you're pronated like this, okay? I'll show you. I'm going to stand up. Okay, look at the adverse effect on your knee. So I'm pronated like this. Look at my knee. It's going to be knock knee. So what does it do? This becomes tight. My inner thighs becomes tight. My outer thigh, my glute becomes long. So I lose the strength of my butt, the gluteals, and yet I lose also the strength of my outer knee. So sometimes your inner thigh is so tight like this that it pulls the muscle on the outside and can cause strain on the muscles that's connected to your patella. So your patella becomes, the fiber here sometimes rips off. So you're always walking like this. That's why you need to make sure that your feet, look at your feet. Look at your feet there. All right, look at your feet. Are they equal in weight distribution? Cannot be like this, see? Cannot be like that also. So you need to be very clear and work consciously on your feet. Just by becoming aware of where your feet, of where the weight of your feet are, will help diminish knee pain and hip pain. Okay? So the feet are our foundation, so you must make sure that they can breathe. And also, some people have bunions. You know what bunions are? That the big toe here is, this bone here is pushing out, and the toe is pushing that direction. So you need to work on the bunions by putting a band here and then pulling it in. See, if I have a band here, this bone goes in. So I have clients that have bunions and they resort into an operation, but they always return back to where they were after a period of time. So it's really nice that go to somebody who knows the anatomy of your body to help you if you have problems like this. Now, here we go. All right, so I want you to follow my lead here. Okay, so here we go. I will move back here. I will bend my knees, and with the roller, I just push my leg out and in, out and in. So I'm rolling the outside of my foot. I'm rolling the outside of my outer leg, rather. All right? If I don't have that, what do I do? Okay? Again, you can knead your foot like this, but it's best really to have this because you just sit down, watch TV, and you just roll in and out while you have increasing the blood flow in your lower leg. No? So I'm turned out, I'm rolling in and out. Now, I will turn in again, bend the knee, and rolling out and in. Bending and extending my knee while I'm working on blood flow, increasing blood flow. Increasing blood flow will increase your body temperature. That's why you're going to start to sweat. And it's very easy because you're just sitting down on the floor. Very smooth, okay, and easy. All right? Now, as I said, the feet, the weight distribution of the feet affects your ankles, affects your knee, okay, and affects your hip joint. So, listen to what I'm saying because, are you there? If you have a ball, you can use two balls like this on the feet like this. and you can roll it out and in as well. But make sure they're not together like this. There's quite a space there so that the balls can roll forward and back. All right, this is harder to control because there's two movable objects. While you have the roller, okay, it's easier, but it's still doable, okay? So you turn in your leg this way, yeah, and put your foot there, or your leg here. See, you can do that. Whew, feels so good. All right, any can be worked on. You just have to be very creative. Whew. All right. Now, what about my thighs? Okay. All right. I'm gonna share with you some personal effect on my thighs. I'm 67 and I don't feel like I'm 67, but my legs, before I turned 67, my legs, I couldn't wear shorts because it looks horrible, you know. I started to have cellulites. My God. It's so embarrassing, you know, so you have to cover them, you have to put pants on, can't wear shorts. But this roller, this fascinating roller, has helped me release the cellulite by doing this kind of rolling. I'm shearing my leg, the back of my leg. So I'm working on my hamstring. I'm actually, as if I'm scraping my flesh against the roller. I'm turning in the leg, I'm turning out the leg. In and out. So I'm not just working on the leg itself, I'm working on the inner thigh. So I'm medially rotating, dragging the leg in, and dragging the leg out. Woo. Now you go to the center of the leg. Out and in. Out and in. And don't lift the leg up. Try to put it close to the ground as much as you can. All right? And why? I want you to relax the leg, not tense it up. Okay? When you tense it up, you prevent the blood to flow. So you gotta move your legs in and out. Now you go to the higher part of your glutes and roll it out and roll it in and roll it away and in. Whew. What is this good for? I'm going to show you the effect of this movement that I'm doing. It will actually lengthen the fibers of my hamstring. Your very tight hamstring, you just do this. I'm not actually stretching. I'm just enhancing the blood flow, the blood circulation, hydration of my leg, and lo and behold, look at this. Okay, now I'm going to sit and move back. Okay, there you go. So, can you see my legs? All right, I'm going to move back here. All right, so with my hand, I put my fingers underneath my knee. There. I'm going to check out how far my flesh at back of my knee is against the floor. It's very close. But on the other side, whoa, it's huge. It's very far from the floor. Now, I will lift my glute up from my hip. Then I can sit tall and vertical. On the other side, it's kind of tight because I haven't rolled on it. Now let's see. I'm going to reach away. And look how far I can reach. I can reach it all the way beyond my wrist. Okay? Some people might be here or here. It all depends on where you're starting from. Okay? I never used to do that. I can touch here, but now I'm down there. But look at this. It's almost the same, but look, only up to here. There. And I'm not pretending. It's just that I'm not even beyond this. But if I roll this, okay, see the difference. I feel very loose here, very tight here. And that's the feedback that I'm getting from my body. I can even feel a restriction on my gluteal muscles. So if I have that, I will simply tap it with the ball. Tap it with the ball like this, both sides. And let's see if it has improved. It has improved a little bit, but not as much. So I will use this fascinating roller and do my other leg. Lean away, turn out this knee, drag this leg out and in. And out. So I turn out the leg, push it away, turn in my leg and pull it in. So as if I'm shredding the meat behind my thigh. Ooh. So I can really feel the heat behind my leg. Now I will lift the leg, the roller towards the middle of my thigh and press. Woo. Push away and press. Push away and press. Push away. And the side effect is not only about flexibility, increasing hydration, but it releases the cellulite. So if you're kind of vain, you don't like to see cellulite in your legs, this is an excellent cellulite exercise. Okay, so here, I've been doing squats before and they didn't do much for the cellulite. But this one, because this is interstitial rubbing of the flesh, okay? So I am somewhat breaking apart the puckered fat that is located in the back of my thigh, okay? And out and in, and out and in, and out and in. Last time, whoo, and in. So that's for the back of the thigh cellulite. Now let's check my flexibility on this leg. Let's see if that has added or changed what I have produced here. So I'm going to lift my flesh, pull up, lift my flesh on the other side, pull up. Now I can sit tall and vertical. I'm going to check the knee. Now the knee is close to the ground. And the other side. Now, voila. Move back so you can see. Look, I can reach beyond both. All right. And look at my shoulder and dropped. I'm not forcing it. Now it's so easy to stretch and reach way beyond the threshold. Now I can, if you don't have anything, you can use your hand, your fist to top or use the ball. For me, I like to use my roller. I roll it up and down. Yeah. Whew. All right. And those of you who have, pelvic floor problems, I'm going to show you what you can do with this. All right. Whew. I'm going to sit down on my roller. So since I'm in the back here, I'm going to work on my glutes, okay? So here we go. I'm going to sit down on top of my roller. There. So if you don't have a roller, here, you can use the ball. So from here, I'm sitting up, put my hand here. I'm going to tuck my tail under and then lengthen. Tuck my tail under and lengthen. So what I feel here are like small little nodules, like grapes, that I'm rolling on. And they're popping as I roll forward and back. And roll forward and back. So I'm working the posterior side, the back side of my pelvic floor. Exhale, inhale, pull your belly in. Breathe in and out. Okay, breathe in and out. All right, now, as I said, you can use a ball. I'm going to show you how to use a ball. Okay, so I can have two balls, one on each side. Yes. Woo! Now I lean back like that. And I'm just going to roll forward and back. Yeah. Forward and back. Okay? So make sure it's close to the sit bone, but not together. Alright. Here, when you're on the floor like this, on the ball, you can make rotational movement that I cannot do on the roller. Here, I can rotate. There. Steering to the right and steering to the left. Woo! Alright. So some of you who are posterior pelvic tilt, what's that? The pelvis is stuck forward. This is a great release for that. Okay? And you can go side to side, side to side, side to side. Alright, and release. Now, I can also use my roller and work on my right side of my bum. So I can hold with my hand here and roll forward and back. Woo! All right, exhale. Woo! It feels so good on your glutes. So it releases tension on your buttocks. All right? So this movement can add to the flexibility of your hip because we're releasing the gluteal muscles. Now, stay here. I can do this again, open and close. Woo. Rolling out and coming in. Rolling out and coming in. It's like the swinging of the hip with the ball. Alright? So this is opening up my hip joint and releasing my gluteal muscles. And I'm going to extend my leg and roll forward and back. Woo! Roll forward and back. Woo! And roll forward and back. Last time, and roll forward and release and relax. Ha! Now let's see, how does that make you see the difference here? Okay? So I am now going to lie down with my knees flexed, with my feet bent. Here we go. Lie down. Now, check out your bum. You're going to extend the hip. You can feel the right butt, the one that you work on more tighter than the other butt. And it's stronger. It is now opening the hip more, connecting to your hamstring more, and then drop down. Now you can extend the leg. Woo. Feel the stretch of the hamstring, connecting to your abdominal muscles, and release. If you can't extend the leg, it's okay. You can bend the knee slightly and extend the knee, turn out and back down. So for balance, let's do the other side. I don't want to be lopsided. All right, so remember the ball, we have them for both already, but for the roller, I have only on one side. So here we go. So I'm going to bend my knee, roll up and down, okay? Roll away and in. Woo. Inhale, exhale. So I am on the lateral posterior side of my glutes, okay? Open and close, open and close, open and close, open and close. Extending the bottom leg and roll forward and roll back. Woo. Roll forward and roll back and roll forward and back and sit down on your back. Lie down, okay, and check out your gluteal muscles. Are they firing equally? Inhale, extend the hip up. Now I feel connection on both lateral part of my glute, firing equal tension and opening up my hip joint, pulling my belly in and drop down. Whew. Now, I promised you for the thigh, for your cellulite of your thigh. So what you can do at the same time, okay, that you can also release fascial sheets of your forearm. I'm just going to work on my left thigh, all right? Keeping my leg straight, I'm going to roll forward and backward. Roll forward and back. This one is the least intrusive, not as intense. But at the same time, it's rolling and releasing the forearm. Do you know that if you work on the forearm, you're going to release the tension on your neck too? Yeah. Whew. And keep going. Push away and back, and push away and back, and push away. So it's just rolling on the front anterior side of the leg, right? Okay? Now, you can roll on the lateral side. Push away and down. So you put the roller on the floor, push away and back, making sure you're not rolling over your patella or your kneecap. Press and push, press and pull, whoo! Push and pull away, and push and pull back. Now you go to the inside, okay? Inside, I'm going to show you. All right, there you go. And roll and come back. Roll and come back. Whoo! Roll and come back. All right, so I'm working on releasing any tension. You will sometimes discover nodules, stress balls on your thighs. All right, that is the start of inflammation, okay? If we're not able to melt it down, and how do you melt it down? By blood flow, increasing the blood flow, okay? Hydration, and drinking lots. If you have been following me and doing this, you must make sure you drink lots of water all throughout the day, so that every inflammation that you have here has a chance to get exited out of your body. Okay? So this is the most gentle way to do that and see that. Okay, now let's see. Let's check if I have released my quadricep. One of the quadricep goes all the way up to the top of the hip, which becomes a hip flexor. Let's see if that worked. All right, so I'm going to kneel down here. All right, now this is the thigh I released. Look, and this is the hip that I haven't released. If you notice, my left hand is more forward than my right. So that's an indication that I am more open in this hip and tighter in this hip. So that means my hip is rotated going to the right. And that is not a very good thing, because we want balance on all angles of our joints. Okay? Imbalances of muscles around the joint is the start of having injuries and pain. So we must make sure that we open this hip as well. All right, so I'm going to sit down and extend my leg and start rolling away. And also, I am rolling both wrists. Sarap. Woo. And push away and back. So even if you are watching me, you can easily follow. Okay? This is a simple self-care for you. This is great. Breathing in and out. All right, now you go to the lateral side here. Put the roller down on the floor and roll it in and out. Whoa. How many of you are feeling the nodules? How many of you are feeling the ouchie? All right? When you're sitting down like this, the ouchie is not so intense. You will feel the ouchie when we roll over the roller. Okay? I'm going to show you that. That's the next intense workout. Here, inside, roll it in and out. Roll it in, out, and back. So I am trying to push the liquid down my leg and up my hip. Okay. Woo. Push it out and come back. Ooh. Push it out. The same thing. At the same time, I'm rolling my wrist. Sarap. Okay. Out and in. Out and in. So, those people with arthritis, this is very good for you. All right? And what's great about it is you're the one doing it. Nobody's doing it for you. So, you have the control. You can control the intensity. You don't want to push too hard that it's so painful. You can control the intensity of the pressure as you keep rolling the roller. Okay? And then release and relax. Now, let's see if we created balance. Let's see. Let's explore. Put your hands there. Wow! Now, we are now balanced. Look at that hip, balanceado. And this is what we are. That's the goal, to have balanced muscles around the hip joint. Okay? So, with this, that I have released the hip joint. Imagine just rolling. There's another one that I can teach you, which is rolling on your quadricep. So I'm going to be on my elbow support here. And then, look, I will use my right leg first. Okay? The leg that is in front of the camera. There. There you go. Now I'm just going to roll back. I have to go up here so you can see. Okay? Here. Roll up all the way to my hip. And roll back up towards my knee. I'm not rolling over my patella. Never roll over your patella. So I'm just rolling in straight in the middle of my thigh, and then explore if you have nodules, stress balls on your thigh. This one is more intense. All right, now I will face you. So I drop my hip facing you. Now I'm rolling in the inside of my leg. Rolling in and rolling back. Rolling in and back. Now, I'm going to combine the two. I'm going to roll inside my thigh, face the floor, and I'm going to pull my body up. So I'm having a circular movement on my inner thigh and front of my thigh. So it's half a circle, like an oblong. Circle in, and then in the center of the thigh, going up, going down my leg, going up my hip. Now stop here, okay? Now I'm facing you. There you go. I'm pushing down. This is kind of very challenging. Whew. This part, a lot of women will say, "Ow, it's masakit." Oh. So, what you can do is you just do what you can. So if you cannot tolerate this, you do the first one that I taught you, sitting down. And up, whoo, and drop in to the outer side of the thigh, and then center of the thigh. And in, and out. Whoo, and release. Ha! That felt good. Still in our neutral zone. Okay, to be balanced, I have to do the other side. Okay, down here, so my left thigh is now on the roller, just going down and up. All right, so I'm pushing the liquid up my hip as I roll towards my hip, and then pushing the liquid up my leg and down. Woo. So you might feel those nodules, the stress balls, and stay here, hold. Now you sit down. Okay. Now I'm sitting down here, and I am inside my inner thigh. Okay, and press down and up. Press inside the thigh, going up. Now I'm going to have a combination. Inside, I face the floor. I pull myself up to the middle of my thigh. And then down, pushing the liquid up my thigh, my hip, and then down my knee. So this is very good for hydrating the tissues of your knee and your hip. So it is an overall leg workout and up. Whew. And then all the way down and up. All right, now come up. So now I feel very, very even on both sides. Whew. Wow. Very even and very strong. Now can you understand why I'm saying this will help your cellulite? Yep, it did. I'm going to look for my photos in the past. Sure, I've been trying to look for very bad cellulite and then the present legs that I have. I'm now proud to wear shorts at my age of 67. Before I could not. So I trust you have gained something from this workout, and I will see you next time. Ciao!